guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry about the lighting. I am using some like yellow lighting in my room, and obviously I've got sunlight coming from this side, but today is not a makeup tutorial, of course, it's just a hair tutorial. So I thought, who cares about the lighting as long as you guys get to learn what the content needs to be good. Number one for anti-frizz is once you've washed your hair and you towel dry it, you don't do that whole, you don't do that motion, which I think a lot of us learned since childhood. Well, my parents used to dry my hair like that. They used to just really aggressively rub your hair, but what that does is obviously your hair goes in hair strands go in every single direction, and you're gonna get the frizz. So no matter how much you comb it out and style it out, your hair's gonna be frizzy. So ideally, once you've washed it, don't do anything with it. Get a microfiber towel that will help you with frizz as well. The second thing that I think is really, really important for anti-frizz hair is having any anti-frizz products. So if you can get anything, I mean this is the Label M brand and I really like this one. So what I usually do is I get, maybe 2 nice generous pumps, so it feels like a thick gel, and then I'll add any hair oil that I like. So I alternate between the Way hair oil, or it could be the Olaplex one, anything that you like. So I'm just going to use some hair oil from Way, and I'm just gonna mix the two together, okay? And I'm gonna start at the ends of my hair because that's where my hair is usually the driest. And then I'm also, without forgetting it, going to apply it on the middle of the hair. So not the roots, but just sort of the middle of the hair, because the frizziest part for me is usually this area here. So I kind of just like to, blend it through to the end of the hair. If you feel like you need more, go for it. Get yourself a tangle teaser, ideally, and start at the bottom and just sort of very, very gently comb upwards. Well, not upwards, but then end up being at the top. Try and comb in one direction, and this will just kind of like tame the frizz a little bit as well, but it will also stop you from, like pulling out a lot of hair as well, because if you yank from the top, that is exactly what's going to happen. So this sort of controls hair loss a little bit. So just very, very gently. So I'm going to be using my Dyson hot air wrap. It is my favorite blow dryer at the moment, and I feel it's a lot healthier. I don't have as much damage on my hair, and I color my hair a lot, so my hair is a lot shinier, healthier, and I have less hair loss as well. I know it's pricey. If you can afford it, I would definitely suggest this to be a good investment for sure. So I use this little bit, like the actual blow dryer. And it's really important that you literally use this heat in one direction. I don't want you to have your hair upside down and then do this, because what's gonna happen is the hair's gonna dry this way. So you're gonna have all that frizz sticking out. So you need to go against the frizz. So you're gonna have to go in the direction of your hair growth, okay? Okay, the next step is sectioning. Sectioning is really, really, really important. It doesn't matter if you have thick hair or thin hair. I always like to be organized. I section off my fringe area. Okay, so I've just got like a small area here, not near the crown, just like literally the front hair from ear to ear. The next section is my entire crown. Okay, so it's basically the middle part of your hair. So I'm just going to section that as well. Okay, and then the last section, or my third section, is this. So I always start from the bottom and then finish off at the top. Okay, so starting at the bottom, I need a nice blow dry brush. So it really depends. I feel if you have much thinner hair, I would probably use a smaller, I really can't talk today. Roller brush. Yes. What I would do is literally go in this direction. Because that's that's going to control that frizz. Obviously, if you're going underneath, the air is going to go in every direction, so you're naturally going to get the frizz over here. But this is why I like to use this tool on top to kind of flatten and control the frizz. But then obviously, if you don't have, again, these tools, then I would probably say start off by just blow drying the roots and getting that volume, and then go on top and then just blow dry it this way. That way you get a frizz-free hair. Okay, so now I've blow dried this bit, and to be honest, this to me doesn't look very shiny, or it doesn't look very, it looks frizzy, right? So you want to actually control this frizz now, and you're going to do that with this one. Okay, can you now see this hair? It was literally just done with this, and then look at this hair. Okay, huge difference. Okay, so now I move this hair back, and then I kind of get to my second section, and I first split it into half. And what's really, really important now, again, if you want volume, is, see, you always follow, like, you always go behind the head, I guess, you know, and not against it. So okay, once I've done that section, I'm going on to another section now. Okay, so again, can you see the frizz? So what I'm gonna do now is use this. Much nicer, right? Okay, so last bit is the front bit. So I'm gonna just like tuck all this hair back. I'm just gonna temporarily pin it back as well, just so that it's not in the way. Now with this one, what I like to do is first, doesn't matter what parting you like, always take the middle parting. Trust me, it's gonna give you the volume. So take a middle parting. Okay, so brush underneath. And towards your face. I forgot to tell you that every single thing that I did so far leading up to this, I put it on the highest heat, but then once I got to the front of the scalp and the sort of face area and like the sides, because this is where we tend to lose more hair, right? I put it on a lower heat. So naturally, if you have very fine hair, I would probably stick to your medium heat or low heat. But if you do have thick hair and it can handle the heat, then you can go really high. I would just still, as soon as you come to the front of the face, I would go for a lower heat. You know what I'm gonna do next to kind of like obviously tame it. Okay, so then now that it's a little bit more controlled, now you can pick the parting that you want. So I'm just gonna go with a side parting today. And can you see how you've got like that lift a little bit, like that bounciness? And obviously you're gonna have a lot of like this baby hair and some of like, we call it grapes, like you've got these sort of grape leaves. So I'm just gonna take a straightener. So I've got the GHD, and I'm just going to clean out just that front bit. This is not a must, it's just, it bothers me usually. So I like to just kind of really quickly go through it and sort of like fix it. But obviously like at the top, there's still that little bit of frizz. So I'm gonna take my anti-frizz cream again, but not too much this time, just a tiny little bit. Because remember, we only used it everywhere else, but not at the top. So I'm just going to very, very lightly, just like, can you see like how I'm just kind of like hovering over the hair rather than pressing too tight or hard. Right, I hope you guys liked this video. It was quick, it was easy, and I tried to keep it as straightforward as possible. It doesn't mean that you can only achieve this with like, you know, obviously the Dyson Airwrap. Like you can do this with a very normal blow dryer, as long as it has a nozzle, so you can really control the heat. It's all about the techniques and figuring it out. And then obviously if you're about to go, like, you know, just use some of that frizz, maybe even a little bit of hairspray if you want. But this normally lasts me until my hair wash, my next hair wash. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up, share, leave comments what sort of other little tips and tricks you would like me to share with you. And if you do have other suggestions for frizz-free hair, please do leave it in the comments. I would love to try them out. So thank you guys, until next time.